This is Smith College campus and one of the white pines along the trail that goes by Paradise Pond. And of course, many people walk by it all the time, but we didn't pay too much attention to it until we measured it, and we found it was extremely tall. And then we brought more precise equipment out and kept working at it until we finally determined that this is the tallest tree in the lower Connecticut River Valley that we have accurately measured. We can't say that there isn't one taller, but in terms of what we know, this is it at 144.5 feet. And it's a fairly old tree. I think it probably is at least 175 years old. It might even be older, but I wouldn't guess on that.
On this fine April 2017 afternoon, John Berryhill, the chief arborist for the Smith College Botanic Garden, is preparing to climb this tall white pine along the Mill River. The purpose of the climb is to prune dead branches. Bob Leverett, an old-growth forest expert and tree committee member, is busy remeasuring the pine. How did John get those ropes 100 feet up into that tree? He uses a large-scale slingshot. John has been employed at Smith College for 20 years and has been climbing trees for about 13 years now. Reminiscent of a caterpillar on a silk line, John inches his way up into the pine. The first few small dead branches are removed with a handsaw.
Clear.
The pruning work goes a lot faster when there's a small gas engine on the end of that saw.
Jesse.
Hi, John.
Hey.
John gets as high up into the pine tree as he safely can. Using his laser rangefinder, Bob determines that John is about 130 feet up in that pine tree.
was a special tree. I'm grateful for I'm grateful to Bob for discovering it, and that's the highest I've ever been by about 20 feet. What I used to think was our tallest tree was a tulip poplar up by 10 Prospect Street, and that one was I guessed about 115 feet, and I got about a little over 100 in that one. This one, I think this one's healthy. I cut about, gosh, what was probably 30 stubs of deadwood out of it, ranging from 1 inch to about 6 inches. So that'll do the tree a favor in terms of not having to fend off as much decay. But looks a little sharper too. And if I ever decide I want to climb it again, it's going to make it a lot easier to get the line in the tree. The view to the west was really nice. You could see the hills, and you could see Mount Tom. Unfortunately, you couldn't see much of campus. You could see a lot of the new buildings out on Paradise Road, but you couldn't see across the pond, which would have been a really neat view. But unless I was a squirrel, I couldn't go any higher. So I was feeling the wind. It's amazing. 140-something feet or 130 wherever I was. It's a lot of bend to the tree. It doesn't take much breeze to move it, so you definitely want to make sure you had 3 points of contact, otherwise you're be bouncing around. But it was fun.
We're going to hopefully take very good care of this tree. This is John's tree now. He owns it.